Hey man, listen, it's been a while since we got back on here, but we're gonna do this, right?
Yeah, we back.
We're back. Hey,
Got to bring them something said.
you know, you're right. And what we want to do tonight, I think, honestly, and if you don't feel like it, you let me know. But we need to kind of get back to just some basic stuff, because you and I are doing something that a lot of people need to be doing. It's great to have a business that can make money, but on this one, it boils back down to something more simple than that, And you always told me being a product of the product. Now,
Yeah.
To you, Sam Warren, what does that mean to you?
I mean, that's where you get your belief from using the product. You can't really talk to someone about something that you don't know personally yourself. So you need to get a personal experience. Not only that, with something as phenomenal as this, it's going to give you your own story. And stories sell, not just tell, but stories sell. So if you develop some type of story around using the product, then people can hear it in your voice, your belief level. And that's what really brings them in and opens up that area of interest.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you because, like you said, you have a belief level. But, if you don't have that belief level, and you and I, we've been in other businesses, okay? Not to say anything bad about any other business. There's a lot of great businesses out there. There really are. There really is. But the thing is that if we're not using the product, and I know in some businesses I had stopped using the product because I didn't really need it, right? Then that made me automatically become a
or it didn't work,
right? It made me become a salesman, though,
Yeah, you became more of a salesman.
It was more like, okay, I had to sell this product, and not everybody can be a salesman, and not everybody can be a salesman, and it just became uncomfortable, uncomfortable because I was doing something that I just didn't feel natural doing, But with this product here, that little yellow pill that's doing all kinds of great things. I mean, that honestly, it's like having an armor over my body, literally, where it slows down the aging process, so I don't have to worry as much about all the illnesses that can possibly stem from this oxidative stress, which is really just aging of the body. Okay, aging of the body, right?
When you think about our product, and we're not, mitigating any type of saying that it cures any disease or anything like that, just to give a disclaimer, but it does remove oxidative stress, 40% in 30 days of oxidative stress from your body, which we know oxidative stress, if you go to pubmed.gov, where all the doctors warehouse information and all their research, you can find that oxidative stress is one of the leading causes directly related to over 300 diseases. So if you can take care of that, where basically all this is an activator, it activates what's already in you. And I mean, that's something that you always speak to so well. So, tell them exactly how that process works with the little yellow pill when you're taking.
Instead of going deep into all this scientific stuff, I like to keep things high level, okay? Because that's not necessarily in my lane, okay? But just imagine this, when you take a vitamin, right? You put the vitamin in the body, and you wait for the body to take the good stuff out of the vitamin, and so it can use it in your body, right? That's what we're used to, that process. But this process, like Sam Warren, you were saying, this is an activator. See, when you have an activator, you're not necessarily putting vitamin in your body. You're putting something in your body that's going to allow your body to take an action that maybe it used to do, right? Just imagine this. You have your body, right? You have your body, and you're running a marathon, right? Now, if you've been training to run this marathon, when you run the marathon, hey, it's not going to be that bad, right? But let's say after a while you get away from running, right? You get away from running, you stop it for about 5 years, and then all of a sudden you start to try to run this marathon. It's going to be very, very hard. If you can, you might not even finish, right? That's what happens with the body. See, when the body, as it gets older, right, it's like trying to run this marathon that it was used to running, right? And so what happens is with this activator tells the body to say, hey, you know what? We're going to give you a little bit more energy. We're going to give you a little bit more know-how so that you can start running this long marathon and fight off all these different illnesses that may come to the body from this thing called oxidative stress, right? So it's an activator. It's not a vitamin, right? You're not putting something in the body that's foreign and hoping that the body is going to do something. You're basically giving the body the instructions to take these actions to activate so it can go ahead and do the things it needs to do. So that's why, you know, a product like this, saying, Warren, we find it on pubmed.gov, right? So where doctors can go ahead and doctors and professionals, they can go ahead and say, okay, is this thing real? They look at these kinds of websites. You know, this is a medical journal, right? And they have the information about that little yellow pill, Protandim. You know?
Yeah, and I mean, there's over 29 peer review studies on it, and I mean, just to get a peer review study, that you're talking about millions and millions of dollars in research that was done by third party companies, not by just the company, this company, but outside universities and different medical establishments have done the research already. Mm-hmm. You know, it's proven, you know, to extend life by 7%. And mammals said that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's like, you know, honestly, that's like what? If you're gonna live to 70, right? That's gonna give you what, 7%? That's only gonna give you almost 5 more years. Yeah. And that's the average. That's not to say on the higher end, that's just the average, right? Okay. You know, it's amazing. There's no other product that's on the market that's been known to even do that.
Yeah. And it said, you know, one thing, you always have a problem, mm-hmm. and you speak to that problem, and then you want to give them a solution. You know, the problem, what we see is, you know, over the last 100 years of research with medicine and pharmaceutical, the industry has just been going crazy. It's at a total disruption. I mean, with all the different medicines and things that have came out, that's out right now, a lot of that stuff is not doing anything for us. Mm-hmm. And then the long-term value of taking these meds and stuff is killing people. You know, big pharma, there's business. You know, they're getting people. The drugs are very expensive. Most people can't afford them. Insurance is not covering a lot of stuff. And I mean, it's just a big money racket. And now we have something where, you know, genetics, you're not stuck into your genetics. If your gene says, you know, maybe your dad or your grandfather or somebody had some type of illness, and then it's passed on from generation to generation, you can now biohack your code. And that's the new movement now, biohacking, and something that this company has set itself apart in the industry called nutrigenomics. Mm-hmm. And, you know, this now is groundbreaking information where we can now change, by changing our input like a computer, we can change the output of what's happening. And all that started with this little yellow pill.
Right. Now that's the kind of language that I can understand. When you're talking about computer input and output, right? I can understand. That's my lane.
Yeah. Right. You know, this is where something like the little yellow pill comes in, that helps you filter out all the stuff that we're putting into our bodies. It helps us filter that stuff out as well, and removes. It's like a garbage removal system. You know, getting the stuff out of your blood, cleaning it up, so it can process. And, you know, once the body is at a point where it's running optimal, it can heal itself.
Yeah, yeah.
It can create its own antioxidants.
I absolutely believe that, because just recently, okay, my own mother, okay, now this is my own mom, okay, and she was having a hard time going up some stairs, and then she was telling me, and I said, okay, Mom, listen, we're gonna go and get you on some Protandim. Now, I don't know if this is gonna help with that, but I know one thing, that this thing here, it helps activate things in your body that had not been activated in a while, right? And I want to keep you around for a long time. So when I gave her that, she took it for I guess it was probably about a week and a half, right? And I would send her a text message, okay, every morning after I take mine. I say, Mom, don't forget, take the little yellow pill, take that little yellow pill. And so she would go ahead and do it. Went to her the other week, on the weekend, and you know that, San Juan, because I was talking to you, right?
Yeah.
She was telling me that she hasn't had any problems going up and down those stairs. She said before she was having a hard time, you know, but she was saying that she's not having the pains when it's going up and down those stairs. Before, she would have to kind of look at those stairs and be like, okay, I got to get up those stairs. Here we go, right? Now she's going up and she's going down the stairs, and she says, I'm not having any of these pains. And she said, I am not going to stop taking this stuff.
Man, that's awesome. And you know, that's the real benefit of doing this business too, Cedric, is when you make it about others and not so much about you, that's when you really start to gain. And I see, you know, the day-to-day mission with, you know, people that's doing this business is to share it with other people and to help more people hear about this phenomenal product.
That goes back to what we're, you know, originally saying, is that the difference is that we got a product that we really use. It's a product, you become a product of the product. So this is the kind of business that you take the product, you get the benefits of that, and then you share that information about what it did to you with other people, because other people, they're having those same problems, if not more.
What they've done with this patented product, 5 different herbs, and the way they put them together, they found out that it actually does go in there to the cell, it turns on and it activates, and it tells it, hey, I need you to wake up. Because when after the age of 20, said, we start to lose it.
We do.
We really start to lose it. So like I said, if you're over 20, then you already know you need to get it turned back on, and this activator will do that. So said, hey man, we gave him a lot to think about tonight.
We did. I feel good about this, because it's information that people need to have. They need to know about this. So you know, we're giving it to you as best that we can. And we're going to keep doing it too. There's no doubt about that.
We always close out. My name is San Juan, Next Level Entrepreneur. My partner, Cedric. We're 2 ordinary guys doing extraordinary things. And we always say, if we don't see you at the top, we'll see you from the top. You guys be blessed.
We'll see you.